Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to take a journey across the globe to see how the entire world really is a stage. We're talking everything from these incredible sacred dance dramas in India all the way to Japanese puppet theaters that take, get this, a whole lifetime to master. So, let me ask you something right off the bat. When I say the words world theater, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it something specific, or is it, kind of this vague, maybe exotic idea? Just hang on to that thought for a minute.
It's super easy to fall into this trap of thinking of theater from, say, outside the West as this museum piece, right? Like it's static, ancient, maybe a little exotic. But here's the thing, that's a total myth. The reality is these art forms are incredibly alive. They're complex, they're always evolving, always mixing with new influences. They are absolutely not frozen in time. They're living, breathing traditions.
All right, so our first stop on this tour is India. For thousands of years here, performance hasn't just been entertainment. It's been a form of devotion, a way to connect with the spiritual. It's a place where the universe itself is often thought of as a kind of divine play.
So what's the foundation for all this? Well, a lot of it comes down to a text called the Natya Shastra. I want you to imagine like the ultimate definitive guide to making theater. I mean everything, stage design, music, dance, even the actor's innermost feelings. And this thing was written 2,000 years ago. It's so important, so sacred, that it's often called the fifth Veda, basically a holy book of art for everyone.
And inside the Natya Shastra is this absolutely beautiful concept called rasa. The idea is just amazing. It says that when you're in the audience, you don't just watch an emotion on stage, you actually get to taste it. So the actor works to create an internal state, a bhava, like love or sadness, and through their skill, the audience gets to experience this corresponding flavor, or rasa. It's like a direct line of feeling, right from the actor to you.
And you can see this whole theory come to life in the dance drama of Kathakali. I mean, everything is coded to create a specific rasa. The training, it's as tough as any martial art. And the characters, you know who they are instantly. For instance, a divine hero, their face is always painted green. The makeup alone tells you half the story and sets the whole emotional vibe before they even move.
Okay, let's hop over to Japan now. This place is all about incredible contrasts in its performance art. You've got this really profound, quiet, elegant stuff on one hand, and then this explosive, colorful spectacle on the other.
So first up, we have No theater. This is Japan's oldest form, and it was originally for the samurai and the aristocracy. It's super refined, super restrained. The whole point isn't big, loud drama. It's about evoking something called yugen, which is this really subtle, deep kind of beauty. It's more about what you feel than what you see, what's suggested by these slow, careful movements of a masked actor.
Okay, now for something completely different. Let's talk about the sheer dedication it takes to do bunraku puppet theater. This isn't just about wiggling a doll. It's a 30-year apprenticeship. Think about this. For your first 10 years, all you do is master the puppet's feet. The next 10 years, the left hand. It's only after 20 years of training that you finally get to control the head and the right hand. Can you imagine that? An entire lifetime just to master this one incredible art form. And that quiet dedication is the total opposite of kabuki. Kabuki is just pure high-energy spectacle. We're talking wild, elaborate makeup, these dramatic poses called kimi, where an actor just freezes to capture a moment of peak emotion, and all sorts of amazing stage tricks like instant costume changes. This was basically the blockbuster movie of its time. All right, next up, our journey takes us to China. For thousands of years, theater here has been like a cultural diary, It's captured the incredible grandeur of ancient dynasties, but also the chaos and turmoil of its revolutions.
And the history of Chinese theater is just immense. It goes all the way back to court performances more than 3,000 years ago. Then it gets more formalized with this legendary acting school called the Pear Garden during the Tang Dynasty. Then you have this golden age of playwriting in the Yuan dynasty. All these different streams and traditions kind of flow together over the centuries, and by the 1800s, they all merge into this one dominant form that we now call Beijing opera.
So, Beijing opera basically organizes its whole world around four main character types. You've got the Sheng, which is the male role, the Dan, the female role, the Shao, who's the clown, and the Jing. This is the really cool painted face male role. Each one has its own way of moving and singing, and the makeup, especially for the Jing roles, is so intricate it can tell you everything about a character's personality. if they're good or evil with just a single look.
But, this incredible, rich history wasn't untouchable. It was hit hard by politics. During the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s and 70s, basically the entire history of Chinese theater was just wiped out, suppressed. All performance was boiled down to just 8 model plays. That's it. 8 plays that push the government's agenda. It's a pretty powerful reminder of how art and politics can really clash.
Okay, let's pull the camera back a bit. Because when you strip it all down, what's at the heart of all of this? It's storytelling, right? And the storyteller, that keeper of culture, shows up in so many different ways all around the world.
So for example, in West Africa, you have the griot. And a griot isn't just some person telling a story. They are the community's living, breathing library. They're the historian, the musician, the one who holds all the family trees and the epic histories in their head, preserving it all through song. And this tradition goes back centuries, all the way to the Mali Empire.
And it's a similar idea in the Middle East with the Hakawati. This was the person who would stand up in a busy cafe or a public square and just hold everyone's attention, spinning these amazing epic tales from stories like The 1001 Nights. They kept that ancient oral tradition alive right there in the middle of everyday life. Then you go to Mesoamerica and you see performance being used as a direct line to the spirit world. The Mayan Robin El Achi is this incredibly powerful dance drama. The masked performers, they're not just pretending to be ancestors. The belief is that they embody them, literally creating a bridge between the living and the dead.
And this is where our whole journey kind of comes full circle. Because the cool part is, all of these amazing world traditions, they're not sealed off in some faraway land. Turns out, they're right here. They're influencing our culture and creating totally new, hybrid kinds of performance all over the place.
Okay, check this out. Remember that Bunraku puppetry? The one that takes 30 years to master? Well, there's a world-renowned company that performs it, and they're based in Missouri. Yep, in the American Midwest. It just goes to show you that these incredible art forms can put down roots literally anywhere. And it's not a one-way street either. The influence flows in every direction. Take a play like The Mecca Tales. It was written by a playwright in Chicago, and it tells these very personal stories of Muslim women on their pilgrimage. And this very specific story has been produced all over the world, connecting with audiences everywhere. So all of this incredible mixing and connecting, it leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. In a world where traditions are constantly crossing oceans and finding new homes, does the idea of a separate world theater even make sense anymore? Maybe the old boundaries are just gone. Which leads to the final question. If the whole world is a stage, then aren't we all in the audience?